How we doing? Thanks for being here. We're back. We're back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back for Season 2 of Chatting Up a Storm. Appreciate you all being here. Tonight, I am joined by a wonderful human. Easily one of the kindest souls on this platform, without question. WadeLady. And I'm thrilled to have her on to be our first guest of Season 2. Wade, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. How's everything?
Okay, so when did you want me to pay you that $20 under the table for saying all those kind words about me?
Was it 20? I thought it was more than that.
Oh, crap. I don't know if we agreed on that.
It was triple digits. Thank you very much. I don't know.
Triple?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not cheap. Who do you...
90 is as high as I'll go.
92.
91 and a quarter.
I want a half a bag of chips.
Done.
Done. Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Ooh, tea.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm so glad to be here, especially as your first guest on Season 2. Season 1 was so fantastic.
Oh, thank you. How's everything going?
Things are going well. Yeah. It's been like windy as heck today. But otherwise just been chilling and excited for this evening. Cause yeah, I know you reached out to me like a while back and we were talking about this too, how like both of us are planners. And I was like, I'm so glad that he reached out to me like well in advance.
Happy to help.
That just gives me time to like mentally prepare.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's great to have you here. Well, I mean, yeah, we're both planners, so it's nice to get a jump on things like a month or a year and a half ahead of time. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Maybe I should have reached out in 2021 about this, giving us more time to plan.
Hey, that'll be for Season 3.
Yes.
Give people more notice that way.
Exactly. 2 years. No problem.
Also, am I your first female guest?
You actually are. I didn't intend for it to be that way, but it ends up being that way. I'm very happy about it.
And hey, during Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There we go.
Yep.
Totally planned.
You're getting ahead of me. But yes, absolutely. It's wonderful to have you on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited for this evening.
I love the background.
Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think, like us as streamers, like our backgrounds, our setups are like constantly changing. But yeah, I always love just like cozy settings. Just feeling like safe and comfortable and having my tea. So yeah, having all the glowy lights and stuff makes me really happy. And plus I love green.
Well, green's a great color. And also I see the Animal Crossing dog there. All the way on the left.
Oh, well, so they can't see it on your screen.
That's right. I can see it. They can't. Ha ha ha. I can see it. You can't.
You're getting cheats right now.
I'm getting cheats. But there's a plushie.
But yeah, no, I do have a KK slider over here.
There is. See, I see things you can't, chat. How do you like that?
Shaking my head.
That's I'm special. That's it. So let's jump into this because there are a lot of things that I don't know about you, and I've known you for I don't know. Seems like it's easily been over a year. I think
that we know everything about each other. Completely. Fully and truly.
Oh, I thought we were keeping that. Man, the money and this. You're just letting all of the secrets out today. But how long have you been streaming now?
Oh gosh. So I started streaming it was around like September of 2018. So about like 3.5 years.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. I can't remember. Like I think you've been streaming for a bit longer. Cause like when I met you, like you were already like a partner at that point.
I've been streaming for just over 6 years as of February. So
wow. I knew it was like longer, but I didn't realize that long.
Yeah, it seems like I'm getting old now. Getting old.
I mean, yeah, but...
Thanks. Thanks, Wade. I appreciate it. How's that tea of yours?
You don't look a day over 47.
You know what? Say that to me again when I'm 47, and that's fine. That's a day over 47. At least we're going to get some honesty out of today's show. That's good. I've gained $92, and I'm not over 47.
There you go. Sounds like a good day to me.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll just call it there. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's it.
See you later.
See you later. So 3.5 years. Okay. And most of the time you've been streaming what kind of games? I've seen you do stream a lot of farming kind of games.
Oh, well, yeah, I do. I do love my farming sims for sure. Like I'd say, well, when I first started streaming, I was much more of a variety caster. Farmville, love it. I only do Facebook gaming.
I knew it. I knew it.
But yeah, no, so like when I first started, I was much more of a variety caster. Now I kind of just like I feel like go on these kind of tangents and play like one game for like an extended period of time. And then, like I'll kind of like finish up like the story or whatever with that or a specific challenge and kind of like move on to like another long-term one, so to speak. But yeah, no, love my farming sims. Puzzle-based games are my weakness. Um, just in general, I just love a game with good exploration, a good story. That's what really gets me hooked.
So Myst has a great story.
Myst.
Yeah.
Um,
Go
so
on.
Myst is the granddaddy of puzzle games.
Yep.
And like I think it deserves respect, like, because like of that game, a lot of other puzzle-based games kind of got their starts. But like I don't think it's a game that very like aged very well.
True. That's true. I remember watching my father play it when I was very young. And it scared me as a kid. It actually did.
Did it?
Well, I thought, honestly, I mean, great. All the secrets are coming out today. It did, because I was just seeing games with people all over the place. So I was like, where's the person going to jump out of? And it never happens, besides the screens. But even those things were creepy.
I think just as kids, we were always like, you look back on it, it's like, why was I scared of that?
Just as kids?
I-
I'm 47
You're right.
now,
I don't want to discount. I'm so sorry.
Is somebody behind me now? Oh, it's just the cuddle pillow. Jeez.
Whew, that was scary.
That was terrifying. Yeah, sorry.
Barely came away with your life
Yeah,
on
I
that
know.
one.
Thank you. Very nervous.
I was thinking about today about like old games that we used to play as kids, and one of my favorites was 102 Dalmatians: Puppies to the Rescue. I loved that game so much. But in that game, Cruella DeVille, she like teamed up with this toy maker. And so the toy maker made these like evil toys that are like trying to like stop the dogs. And I was so terrified of the toys. I had to get my mom to kill the enemies.
I don't think I've ever seen that game. 102
Um,
Dalmatians.
102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue.
Puppies to the rescue. Okay.
I'm going to be looking for that on your next stream.
I have a long backlog. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's get through Elden Ring first, and then I'll work on 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the
Sounds
rescue.
good.
Yeah. Did you ever play Croc at all when you were growing up?
I didn't play Croc, but like I know of Croc.
Okay, that's a classic. If there was one game I'd want to be remade, it would be that one.
Oh man, have they done any remakes of it?
No, I actually reached out to the dev on Twitter, seeing if I can get their attention, because he owns the rights to it. I haven't heard back from it. I'd love
Maybe
to see
if we
that.
like, did you like send it as like a DM or like a retweet or like a regular tweet?
It was just a regular tweet. I mean, I don't know. There was rumors that he might be doing it, that he wants to, but this is like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. So
We need to like everybody needs to go on Twitter right now,
Oh,
find Thundy's tweet, and like everybody retweet so we can get the devs' attention.
absolutely. And just that, I think about it. Are there any games? Would you like a remake of 102 Dalmatians: Puppies to the Rescue, or is there a game that you'd like to see remade?
That game was perfect already, so
okay.
I don't know if we could do a remake of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing with Unreal 5 engine, nothing like that. VR.
I would say if I were to ask for a remake of a game, it would probably be something in the Harvest Moon series.
Okay.
Some of my favorite games from that whole series were Another Wonderful Life, which was on GameCube, and Animal Parade, which was on Wii. I think those were like some of the best ones in the series. So I would love to see remakes of those, but it's one of those series where like it's kind of got caught up in like legal stuff. They've had to like split their company. One's got the name, one doesn't. So it's hard to say if they ever will, but one can only hope.
Those would be good remakes. I remember seeing a little bit of that. I don't know much about the games, but I remember seeing a little bit of them back in the day.
Have you played any of the Harvest Moon games?
I haven't. At least not that I can remember. I mean, I'm getting old now, so my memory's going too. Who are
That
you
makes
again?
sense.
Who?
I don't even know myself sometimes.
Oh, well, then like we're just in trouble now. I don't know what to talk about next. That's it. As Finn.
Finnegan is well, so before we started up the podcast here, it was going a little crazy, but he's been just really hyper today. I think he's like just cooped up because of all the we actually had snow today, which is crazy because like a week ago it was 80 Fahrenheit here, and
Okay.
yeah, now we have snow. So
I
but yeah,
miss
no, it's been
Virginia.
like crazy windy and snowy, and so yeah, he's been kind of cooped up inside, bless his heart. But otherwise, he's doing great. He's doing great, thanks.
Good, good. Yeah, the
Getting
weather up
really
in
big
Virginia.
and really sorry.
The weather up. No, go ahead. Go.
Oh, I was saying just getting really big and really chunky. He's my chunky monkey.
Well, yeah. I got a special treat when Wade and I had our kickoff call. I got to see Finn sleeping in his doggy bed, and
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the twitch bone that Nick gave him.
Mhm.
Very cute. Very cute.
For those that don't know, Finnegan is my dog.
Yes, yes. We're talking about
If
her
we
dog.
didn't clarify that.
Yes, that would be. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, I don't know how else that could have been. Yeah.
I just don't want to leave it up to interpretation.
Yeah, that's Nick and Wade's dog. You know what? It's funny that Nick says that because I was about to bring that up.
Finn is the husband.
And Nick is the dog. Got it. Just to make sure.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. Like ever since we got Finn, there have been times where like I've mixed up Nick and Finn's names.
Really?
So like I'll say like you know Finn and I are going to the store, or like oh I just put Nick in his kennel. I think it like I'm not gonna like lie, like not try to make excuses whatsoever. I honestly wonder if it's like a hereditary thing because my mom, my grandmother, her mother, like all the exact same way. They would call everybody every name except their own.
My family just does that too. My
Okay, all
grandmother
right.
does it. My mom but not my mom. My dad does it. They'll call me like my uncle or my dad's name when it's me.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
It's definitely not just your family.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's over here too. So yeah, that's interesting.
That puts my mind at ease.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing a couple of weeks ago. Thinking, am I the? Because my grandmother does this all the time. So I was always thinking whether or not it was just my grandmother or happens to other people. But thank you for making me feel better.
We're doing that to each other.
Yes, we are.
And you don't have any dogs right now, but
Not
you're
yet.
thinking about getting one.
Maybe towards the end of the year, maybe adopting, rescuing. I'm eager. I'm eager.
That'll be so exciting.
I think so. We'll have a nice companion here on the stream. Maybe even
Dogs
during the
are
shows.
best.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
you have a dog cam on your streams?
Oh, absolutely. Even when Layla came to visit, we always did. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Having the Layla cam, oh, it was fantastic.
Do we have clips of this? Do we have a VOD? Where can I see this?
There are. I'm sure we can get clips and VODs of you. She was with me for about a week, or no, almost 2 weeks last month. So yeah.
I'm sure your parents enjoy having you around, and not only so they can see you, but also like if they need to have someone keep the dog, you know, it's kind of that peace of mind as well.
Yep.
Like, okay, like she's staying with somebody that we trust.
Yeah, and I don't mind at all whatsoever. And I have to ask,
I wouldn't mind either.
What kind of tea are you drinking?
Oh, okay. So typically I'm a loose leaf tea type drinker.
Okay.
But not to call out my husband, but he accidentally broke both of my tea diffusers. So I've got to order some more of those.
Not to call out Nick, but to aggressively call out Nick. You broke my stuff. Nick, why? Into the kennel with you. You thought it was a joke at first, but not anymore.
So I had two tea infusers. And if you're asking tea diffusers for loose leaf tea, how do you break those? I like glass ones. So the first one, it was like really like kind of funny because I like right before like it broke, he was like taking stuff out of the drying rack and I like had laid it in there and I'm like, be careful of my tea infuser, don't break it. And like literally like in seconds it falls to the floor and I'm just like, and then for the other one, I had learned my lesson. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to put my tea diffuser like in the drying rack. I'm just going to put it safely like off to the side, or so I thought. Like he's like laying like a bowl like in the drying rack, but it falls out of the drying rack and right onto the second tea diffuser.
And before Nick busts in behind you saying, "You're lying!" slams the door.
If she didn't say anything, nothing would have happened. So not my fault. I jinxed it. I jinxed it.
It's clearly your fault, obviously.
But yeah, no, so long story short, I'm drinking some homemade tea. It's like a family recipe.
Oh, nice. Fancy.
It's like a black tea base with like some citrus and lemon notes and cinnamon.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's just like kind of cozy tasting. I figured it would be good.
Honestly, I've never been a big tea drinker, but that sounds really good.
Hey, well, next time that we can all get together, whether that be in Florida or here in Virginia, got you.
That'd be
fam.
good. Yeah, Wade likes to give me a hard time about moving down here before we even had a chance to really get to know each other. I didn't get a chance to know Nick or Wade until after I left that much, but it still hung over my head anyway.
It was one of those things like you were moving kind of like right when we'd like just met.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, yeah, it was one of those things. Like if we had met beforehand, like we could have all met up or something.
It's my fault. I shouldn't have moved. I shouldn't have moved. Yeah.
How dare.
Yeah.
Come back right now.
Yeah, you know what? I'll work on that. Just give me 15 minutes. I'll be there. And
yeah, totally.
Nick and I can play some video games.
Just you and Nick. You worried that I'll kick your butts?
Oh, terrified.
Should be.
Listen, the way I've seen you play Minecraft, I'm terrified. You haven't died in that game once yet, right?
Oh, totally not. No.
Expert builder?
I'm just like I'm just like a sitting duck in the caves waiting for creepers to come kill me.
I remember watching, and for those that don't know, Wade, this is your first playthrough, correct?
Yeah. So like years ago, I had some buddies of mine who like had played the game a lot. They were like, Wade, you got to join us like to play Pixelmon. And I'm like, what's Pixelmon? And they're like, it's this Minecraft mod that basically turns the game into Pokemon. So that I did play a little bit of like years ago. But yeah, no, I never played like base game Minecraft. I never played single player Minecraft, never did like any of the, I say like story stuff. I don't know if Minecraft really has like a story to it. But like, I think you can kind of go through this process of like, getting to point A to point B type deal. So I've never done that. And this is my first time and it's been really great, really great.
That's good. I tried playing it like 4 years ago, something like that. And I enjoyed it for the building aspects of the game. That's why I like it. I love building in those kind of games.
Like going into it, like I was really excited for the building myself because I've always enjoyed like building in Sims and that kind of stuff. But I was like, okay, like it's blocks. Like how like immersive and, and fun can it be? But it's been really great. It's amazing what you can do with just a block.
It's true.
There's so many different types of blocks.
There are. I remember, speaking of blocks, well, different kinds of blocks. I remember you going into a cave, and I think you said something along the lines of, "Ooh, look, there's a cave. Oh, is that a bat?" And then it started getting darker and darker. You're like, well, we can come back there later. And you turn around and start jumping out.
That sounds like me.
Yeah,
that sounds like me.
Yeah.
I have to work myself up to do these things. Kind of like the toys in 102 Dalmatians.
There you go. There's your
I just come back to it like a week later and I'll be good.
Have there been any enemies in the game that have kind of creeped you out at all? Or
oh gosh, the Enderman?
That's the one for me. Yep.
Oh,
I don't like that
people
one.
People are like, they're fine. Just don't look them in the eyes. And like, I'm just like, I just don't want to be around them. Like, I don't want to see them. I don't want them to see me. Oh.
And then I needed to figure out whether they meant me as the person looking them in the eyes. So I would look down and then actually look down and to just play without looking at the screen. So I didn't know if I was taking it too far, but it worked. Yeah, those things were creepy.
As long as it got the job done.
Yes.
I don't know like how much more you get to play or like stream after that, but
yeah, I just kind of run around in circles. And that's it.
There you go.
That's it.
I'm sure it made for some good content.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you're enjoying Minecraft.
I am. I
Good.
am. And
Very good.
I know you've been doing some like Elden Ring, some Star Wars. You're very good at like the combat based games where like I am not.
I think it's. I mean, when I first started with those games, I wasn't very good at it. I think the first time we
That's
played
fair.
Dark Souls, it was like 5 years ago, and I die all the time like everybody else does. But it's. I like a challenge. I'm not afraid of a challenge in a game. It's good fun.
I think like Dark Souls it's kind of like built to be one of those games where like you're supposed to die a lot. And
Yes,
like if you didn't, it'd be like, all right, what kind of hacks does this guy have on?
there's a lot of skill. There's a lot of skill, and there's some really talented people on this platform that are very good at that.
That's fair. That's
Yes,
fair.
very good at that. So that's why my question is, when is your first no hit run of Minecraft? When are you scheduling that?
Um well, maybe not like this year. Maybe we'll do like 2032, maybe.
2032. So 10 years from now, you're committed. This will be clipped, and in 10 years, we'll all be here. Hopefully, we'll be in like season 12 or 15 of Chatting Up a Storm. We'll have you back on for you to start your no hit run of
Yeah,
Minecraft.
great, great.
Yep, that's it. See, that's a determined face right there.
I could never. I could never. Like I'm the type of
Sure, you could.
person like I just like I don't like get into the combat in games too much. Like I I don't know if I could ever get to a point with like games where I'm like not taking any damage. I'm just trying not to die. Like that's the end goal at the end of the day.
That's the baseline right there. I don't want to die in a game. But yeah, you make a good point. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I think it's more like my planning mind, and I like to meticulously break stuff down, which makes it
Yeah.
fun.
And I think, even if you don't do like a challenge like that, like a no damage run, which you're great at doing that.
Well, thank you.
There are other types of like challenges in games as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let me ask you. Besides the 102 Dalmatians puppies, Revenge of the Sith,
you got it.
thank you. I've been practicing. I had it written down on cue cards, which are right in front of me right now. Did you have any other games that you absolutely loved growing up, like your favorite games?
Oh man. So one of my favorites like franchises, series of games for sure was the Nancy Drew
Oh, okay.
series. Not the books. I mean, I love the
Well,
books too,
sure.
but like the PC games. And so yeah, no, like I definitely grew up with those and they're still like a big part of my life. I'm trying to think what else. Um Hmm. I was just like a really big Disney nerd as a kid. So like I played a lot of like Disney based games. Like one that I love was like it was basically like Tony Hawk games, but like the Disney version. Like it was like Disney Skate.
Okay.
That was one. And then there was another one that was basically like Mario Kart, but it was called like Magical Racing Toward Disney.
That sounds familiar.
Maybe you played it.
My sister loved Disney kind of games when we were growing up. She didn't play all that much. It was normally just like, here, you play and I'll just watch and then tell you what to do kind of thing. I just did it so we can spend time together.
I think it's like one of those things like as a kid you don't realize it, but like growing up, like I've looked back at those games and I don't know if you could hear that.
I heard it.
You were
Everything
asking
okay?
about you were asking about Finnegan earlier.
Nick,
That's Finnegan.
Don't run into walls. We've talked about this. It's not safe.
He's just feeling a little derpy.
Open
yeah,
the
no,
door first.
like now that I've gotten like older and stuff and like looking back at those games, I'm like that was pretty much like a straight rip off of like this other like well-known game like Spyro or Mario Karts or stuff like that. And so it's just kind of like funny because you don't realize that as a kid like in the moment.
Oh yeah, and you look back and you notice more stuff that you didn't notice as a kid.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so games like that. And it's just like going back to kind of like the Nancy Drew, for instance, like one like highlight of my like with streaming career, so to speak, is I remember covering like the developer's like most recent game when it came out. And so, I think that's kind of amazing that we can do that like as content creators, like go from being like fans to actually like interacting with like developers and publishers and stuff like that we look up to. So that's been great. That's been great.
Absolutely. I was
How
having
about you?
I was having a conversation with my uncle actually about like the Elden Ring and those kind of games from Soft, the developers. And my uncle used to play a game called oh gosh, now it blanks on me. Now, but one of their earliest Kingsfield. That was the name of the game. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Kingsfield. I don't
It
think I
came
have.
out, or anybody in chat knows about Kingsfield, but that was one of their first games, and I didn't realize that FromSoft developed it
Ooh.
until my uncle and I were having a chat when I'm in my 30s now, and not 47, and and we just realized it's the same developer. I had no idea.
I guess it's one of those things like, they're just like so well known for the Dark Souls series, but like it makes sense that they came out with something before then
Yeah,
because like Dark Souls was so like kind of fleshed out.
absolutely. Besides the fact that you die a lot, but I guess that's fleshed out because that's what happens.
I think with those kind of games, like you have to be a type of person that takes pleasure in trying over and over and over again until you finally get it and that rewarding like feeling of like finally I succeeded. Me, I feel like I would just rage quit.
But I'd like to see that though.
I wouldn't.
I'm the viewers. I get to watch you struggle. It's fun. It's okay. I get to take a step back and not have to play.
I think the only time I've ever like rage quit with games is when they end with the trope like it was all just a dream, like nothing you did mattered at all. That makes me angry.
Do you have an example?
I mean, like I do, but I also don't want to say in case like anybody like in chat or like
Oh, yeah,
watching
okay.
this podcast later on like actually wants to go and play those games.
I don't think I've ever played a game like that before, unless I.
But
don't,
if anybody
yeah.
wants to know and you want to avoid those games, hit me up. I got you.
I'm curious now. I'm gonna have to ask you later. It was
Sounds
clearly
good.
Angry Birds. Nothing that you did mattered.
Yes, perfect example.
Clearly Angry
So
Birds.
rage-inducing.
Yep, those pigs. Gotta love it.
And Nick and I were talking about that the other day. Like, didn't they like people were like selling their phones like for hundreds of bucks to to get Angry Birds when it was like taken off the market?
I had no idea. I know they did that with Flappy Bird.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking the same. Maybe I'm thinking of Flappy Bird.
Oh, maybe.
I just think of them as. I'm just thinking like, yeah, that they're the same game, but they're not.
Well, they're both mobile games, so you're there.
And they both have animals.
And they both have birds in the title.
Yes.
There's your comparison.
So basically, same thing.
Yes. Yes, it was the same thing.
Totally.
Flappy Bird, Angry Birds. You're still controlling birds.
There you go. There you go.
And so speaking of games, it's about that time for you to actually play a game yourself.
Is it that time?
It's that time. So
all right, I'm gonna try to find where it was saved.
You take your time. It's okay. You take your time, because it'll give me a chance to explain to chat what we're about to do. So one of the things I like to do here, roughly halfway through the show, is I like to play a different type of mini game with our guest. So WadeLady is with the thumbs up. So WadeLady is about to play one of my favorite games here. Currently, our only one, not for very long. We'll talk about it later. Called Save or Delete. Now, Save or Delete is essentially video game character Tinder. I know it's just the best explanation that I've been able to come up with. And it's essentially a swipe left, swipe right kind of game where Wade is going to see a series of random video game characters in an order that's never been shown before to any previous guest, because it's like 80 to 100 different characters and they show up randomly. And all Wade, see, there you go, Nick. And Wade is going to swipe left or right using A or D on her keyboard, the arrow keys left or right, literally swiping left or right on her mouse, whatever suits her fancy. And she'll have 2 minutes. The only thing that she has to decide is whether or not she wants to go left and right. Whatever her reasoning is, whatever she explains to us, that's up to her.
Did you say,
But
like, it'll show me, like, which direction is which?
oh
Because I
yes,
don't know
oh
if
yeah,
swiping right
oh it'll
is
show you.
good.
It'll show you. Left is the X and right is the check mark. It'll be clear as day.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright, thank you.
no problem. You're well. I'm here for
Cool.
you. It's okay.
And I'm timed?
You have 2 minutes,
Ooh, so I'm trying to get through, like, as many as I can.
or you go for quality. We've had people that swipe like 10, 15, and they were talking it out. I mean, you could go for quality over quantity.
Okay.
It's up to you. There's no pressure whatsoever.
I feel pressure.
There's so much pressure. Like, you can literally fail this exam, and it'll be the worst thing ever. In fact, if you don't do well on it, your Twitch channel gets deactivated after.
Ooh, I never agreed to this.
Well, we also agreed
Where's
to
the
$100,
contract?
and now it's 92. So there you go. And you called me 47.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair.
It's fair. So whenever you're ready, we'll start the countdown.
Do I press play or
I'll
like
press
you got it?
You just need
Okay.
to relax and make your choices. You all set?
Okay.
You good? You sure?
Yep.
Should
I
we
think.
maybe we should just let it sweat a little bit more, like another 3 seconds. No, you're good. You sure? You're positive? Okay. Well, here we go.
Ooh. Ooh. Nervous.
There you go.
Oh, why would I want him? Oh, well, I mean, like, typically, like, I'm not, like, you know, a lady loving kind of girl, like, maybe in, like, you know, the non-romantic kind of way, but, like, yeah, Padme, she's rocking, let's go for it. Who?
Fallout 4. Codsworth.
Ooh. All right. Now, some of y'all are going to think that DK stands for Donkey Kong. It's actually Daddy Kong. 100% yes. Ooh, also yes. Now we're getting to the good ones. I've actually never played Witcher, but I've seen the show, and oh yeah, it was great. Ivy, I don't know her, but like she like seems like pretty cool. I need to get to know her better. Let's just say no for now. That's probably not a good way to get to know her. Peach, I think she just plays damsel in distress like way too much, so I gotta say no. We like strong women around here. Navi, like, is that the one who is like,
listen.
Hey, listen.
Yep.
That's a nope. Dr. Robotnik. I'm more of a beard kind of girl, like not just the mustache. So that's gonna be a no.
25 seconds.
I don't know who this is, but hey, red hair. We're going with it.
There you go.
Shell?
Portal.
Did I say it right? I don't know. Oh, okay. I gotta say no to some.
10 seconds.
Flowey? Sure. Handsome Jack. He has handsome in the name. We gotta go with him. Bowser.
You got it.
Oh,
You
gosh,
snuck Bowser in there. Okay.
That went by so quickly, dude.
I told you.
Was it 2 minutes?
It was 2 minutes right on the dot.
I'd like to have 20 minutes next time.
20 minutes? You got it.
Like, so I know that like you control this. You have like the codes.
I have everything
for the game, but like I just kind of want to be playing this in my off time.
So Wolf was the one who put this together, and Prin also helped me gather up the characters and organize all of it. So shouts out to them for a lot of help with this game.
Serious, Prin, you guys did really great.
It's great.
How many characters would you say like is in the database there?
Maybe like 80.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So you're never there's some similar ones here. But nothing's set up. It's 90. We're 90 on the dot.
Okay.
So you'll never get the same ones. Even if you flew through this, I mean, 120 seconds roughly. Maybe you'd be able to do one every couple of seconds.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's a lot of fun. Now, chat couldn't see my face, but I almost had tears running down my face in laughter when you said Daddy Kong. I was not expecting that out of you.
I mean, you know, I'm here to inform people of the little known facts they might not know about.
My favorite phrase is to say, you're here to Wade's here to educate and entertain. That's it. That's
there
what
we
this
go.
Is. That's it. Future
You're
merch.
welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. So, All right, so first question. Based on all of the characters that you have here in under the save column, you have Padme, you have Donkey Kong, you have Shepard from Mass Effect, you have Flowey from Undertale, Handsome Jack from Borderlands, you've got the Witcher himself. Now you can only save one of them. I mean, I kind of know the answer at this point, but I could be wrong. You had to save one of everybody that you saved.
Gosh, only one?
Only one. You get one.
Can I look into like the backstories of these characters?
Whatever makes you happy.
I'm debating between a few.
You take
You
your
know who
time.
the first one is? It's Daddy Kong.
Absolutely.
Also, Geralt. I never know how to say his name.
Geralti, I believe.
Geralti?
Geralti.
Geralti. I love Geralti. And then Flowey. Flowey is pretty great too.
Flowey.
Always happy. Got a positive attitude.
Always happy. Have you played Undertale?
No, I've seen some gameplay though.
Okay.
but look at that smile.
Yes.
But you know what? Smiles can be deceiving. Even though
Always.
we're smiling, we're not always happy inside.
We need Wade to play Undertale. Got it.
So, like, you know, maybe we'll say no to Flowey. We need someone that's going to be more like open with their emotions, not, you know, hiding behind this mask.
Sure.
I think they've got to get in touch with their own emotions first before like we start up something.
Absolutely.
You know what? Geralt is great, but you know, it's Daddy. You got to go with Daddy Kong.
I can't with you.
let's just like acknowledge for a second, like, you know, he's another one. He seems like he's got a good attitude on life. He's furry, could keep you warm on those cold winter nights.
Yeah.
I got my priorities straight.
Yes, you do. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
Thanks.
That was very well explained. I'm at a loss for words, honestly.
I have that effect on people.
Yes, I guess you do. That's including Daddy Kong. Wow, I'm never gonna look at Donkey Kong the same way again, thanks to you. I don't know if you've improved it, made it worse, or I'm still kind of indifferent with it. I'm gonna have to.
Daddy Kong emote when?
For who? For you or for me? A Daddy Kong cloud?
You know, like some streamers, like they'll have like one streamer has like half of the emote and the other streamer has the other half.
Yeah.
I'll have the daddy part and you have the Kong part.
How come you get the daddy part?
Okay, all right, you can have the daddy.
I know you're reverse psychology. You're using reverse psychology. You can have the daddy part. It's fine.
No. I can see how much you want this.
No. You come first. That's fine. Your feelings are a priority. I get it. That's fine.
I feel like I should make up for the $100.
Oh, so but the 47's still out there. Got it. That was really good. That was very, very good.
That was really fun. I'm really glad that we played that. And again, Prin and Sirius, really good job for setting that up.
They did a great job. And eventually I'll have to show you the new game that's coming out.
Ooh.
In case you want to test it out.
Are you going to do that for season 2 or is it going to be next season?
I'm hoping it'll be ready by the next show. I just didn't want to rush it out. But it's going to be Pong.
I remember that you mentioning that. Yeah. And Sirius and Prin also doing that, or
Wolf's been working on it extensively with his 1,000 other things that he's doing. So
he's just always working so hard. Bless his heart.
So hard. Yep. Yes,
someone give this man a raise.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, we'll give him the $92 that you gave me. That's it.
And you can keep the chips and daddy.
Well, that's yep. The chips and daddy. That's, if that's ever taken out of context, that, like, let's say somebody jumped into the show at this exact point. What is Chatting Up a Storm about?
Welcome to the Thunderceptor stream.
Chips and daddy. That's it. That's it. So, something very important that I wanted to talk about is you were being featured for Twitch's Women's History Month, and that is absolutely wonderful. So please tell us about that, what it means to you. I think it's very exciting.
Man. Oh gosh. It's just like it's such an honor. Like I think about like when I first started streaming and I don't want to go into that too much cuz it might be something that we talk about later. But
Whatever you
like
want to talk about.
it's just one of those things like you never expect that like Daddy Twitch is going to recognize you. And so like being reached out to and offered to be amongst like all of these amazing other female content creators. It's just like I feel like a little out of place here. Did they reach out to me like on accident? But no, it's a really great honor. Because there are so many amazing content creators here on the platform, female content creators. So it's great to be a part of it, and that we can bring some more awareness and normalcy to women gaming. I think back to like when I was a little girl, and like back then, like video gaming, it was like just like a guy's thing. And it was like almost considered like if you video game, like you're a nerd. And so like, it was one of those things you kind of like, kept under the table. Like I didn't know any other like girls like in my friend group that video games. If they did, they kept it under the table. And even like still today, like my friends that I have met and have like just through, outside of stream, I like they are now somewhat getting into video games, but like most of the friends that I've, made, just in the last few years through like Twitch and that kind of thing, it's so nice that I can now make friends who have like, the similar interest of video gaming and stuff like that. So long story short, it's been great. It's been awesome being on the Women's History Month shelf now through the rest of March. So
I'm
yeah,
happy for you. That's really great.
thank you.
Well
Thank
deserved.
you, friend.
It's really great.
Thank you.
Really great. And you had also mentioned starting streaming just in general. What was it like starting streaming for you?
Um,
Nerve-wracking, exciting?
So I'd say probably maybe a little bit of both. So again, I started streaming back like in September of 2018. And like at that point, I was, oh gosh, what was I doing? I was a makeup artist at that time. Prior to being a makeup artist, I had like worked in like the food industry, like under several jobs. But I remember with makeup artistry, like I was in like a slow season. I'd always loved video gaming, of course. Like I had heard about people doing this streaming thing, and I like really was like new to Twitch. So I was like, you know what? I'll just like give it a go. Like this can be something that I can like do like in my off time, my free time. And like literally, like I still remember to this day, like my goal was like maybe I can get like 50 followers. Like that was the goal. And so like, here we are like you too. Like, now we're like, partners on the platform, and just it grew into this thing that like I had no idea I was going to have such a passion for, but it makes me so happy doing what I do and having been able to meet the people that I have like you. So it's been really
Gee.
great, really great.
Oh, the feels. Can't take much more of that. That's still too much for my heart to take.
I gotta make up for the 47 somehow.
Oh, so that's part two. We still have some time, so you're fine. No, I'm glad that I was able to meet you on the platform. You and Nick, and you're two wonderful people, and you're both naturals at this. So it's
Thank you.
It's not surprising
Thank you.
you both done so well. That you've done well too. So that makes me happy.
And if it weren't for streaming, I wouldn't have met my husband, Nick. So yeah, there's that too.
That's right. Well, thank goodness for streaming.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's pretty all right.
Yeah, I think you two ended up okay. You two are perfect for each other.
I appreciate
in
that,
every
buddy.
sense of the word.
He's a very good bean. He's
Yes,
very
he
good to
is.
me.
Yes, he is.
I don't know if I know how you started streaming.
Oh gosh, I heard about. Well, long story short, it was because when I moved to Virginia. I had a very good friend who's still a mod today, just kidding, and I heard about this convention called MagFest, Music and Gaming Festival, which is out in Maryland,
Oh,
right on the
okay.
other side of the bridge from Alexandria, Virginia.
Nice,
I
nice.
don't know if you two have been up there at all, but that's a really gorgeous city. If you ever get a chance to go,
Alexandria
yeah,
is really
it's
pretty.
beautiful. I love it. And I heard about Twitch from somebody else there, and I said, all right, well, there's an app on my PlayStation 4, so I'll just start streaming. And I just did. There was nothing really behind it. I was just alone and bored, and I figured, why not? And here we are, 6 years later.
Do you remember what your first streamed game was?
I think it was Star Wars: The Old Republic at the time, but it wasn't on Twitch. I think I started with a YouTube stream.
The blasphemy.
I know. But then after that, I realized that Twitch was better, so they quickly changed. And I haven't looked back. It's always been Twitch. So,
That's great.
but
That's
then I
great,
think
man.
Battlefront was in there, and I tried The Witcher for a little bit, and
Still
NHL
wanna play
games.
that.
Yeah, I think they're working on a remake or a remaster of The Witcher 3.
Ooh.
I think something like that. I thought so.
Of 3?
I thought it was of 3. I could have swore they
When
said
did
3.
3 come out?
It's been a while since 3 came out.
Has it?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Does anybody know when Witcher 3 released originally? Somebody in chat will know. Or we'll look it up. Quick
One of the
research,
two.
people. Yeah. Be really good. Oh, something else I wanted to ask you. Are any games you're looking forward to coming out?
Whew, good question. I wish that I could say that I am. Hang on, hold up. There's one way that we can figure this
Go
out.
for it.
My best friend, when people ask me this, is
Mhm.
bring up Steam, go to my wish list.
Yep.
Games that I am waiting for and I'm excited about. So one game that's in like my top 5 favorite games is My Time at Portia, which is like it has a lot of like farming sim vibes to it, but it's more crafting and building based. They're coming out with a sequel to it called, and technically I think it might be a prequel, but they're coming out with a second game called My Time at Sandrock. Really excited for that.
Cool.
There is a small little indie game that some of you guys may have heard of called Payne's Creek Killings. And I really love that game. It was the developer's first game, which is really amazing. But they're coming out with another one called Scene Investigators. And that's just like hitting all of my detective puzzle needs. So really excited for that. And We Were Here Forever. I'd say that's probably like in my top 3. I don't know if you've ever played any of the We Were Here games.
I have not.
Oh, they're so entertaining. I think, okay. All right. I'm going to throw an idea out here.
Go on.
So it's even like the first We Were Here game is completely free. I think you and Sirius should play that game together.
Really?
I think that would be some very interesting content.
I'll add that to the Trello board. Add it to the Trello board. Okay.
But I'd say those are the top 3 ones that I'm really looking forward to.
That's exciting.
How about you? What are you waiting on?
Well, the Lego Star Wars remakes I'm looking forward to. Those come out.
Are they doing that?
Yeah, it comes out next month. I think April 5th.
Nice.
And I never played any of them, and I used to work for Lego, so I feel like I should get in a lot of trouble for that.
I feel like there's a story there about you working for Lego. Now I want to know.
Oh yeah, well, it was one of my earlier jobs. I actually was working at Macy's for a while because I was earlier on, just before I had graduated, and I needed a job, and I tried Macy's, and I did it for during the holidays. They stuck me in training for 2 days, and then they put me on my first shift on Black Friday at 4 a.m. in the women's department. Yep.
I can only imagine you trying to sell some lingerie.
It wasn't that, but it was nerve-wracking as all hell, let me tell you. So it's the only job I've ever quit. And they loved me there because I work hard with, I'd like to think I work hard with pretty much everything I do. So when I quit, they were like, oh, we don't want to lose you. Yeah, but I think what did it for me was we had like these stand-ups in the morning, and there was a guy that was just, and it's not a knock on them, but somebody who's really happy to be at work, but like to the point where it's too much. I said, I'm never going to be as excited as that to be here. I need to find something where I'm going to feel that way. And the next day I said, I have to go. And I got a job at
What?
Lego.
That's fair. Well, good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah,
I
it
hope you
was,
liked it better there.
I had to wear a ridiculous looking apron and, but I got to build stuff, which was fun.
There you go.
Yeah. And the customers were more or less nice. But
With the Lego Star Wars remakes, which I didn't even know that they were coming out with. I like never really like played them myself, but I take that back. My brother Gabe, he used to love them, and so like I do remember like sometimes playing like some multiplayer with him, like grabbing the other controller,
oh, yeah.
and the humor in those games was really great.
They're redoing a lot of stuff like cover systems. Visually, it looks outstanding. I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see.
Yeah, between that and hopefully getting a Fallen Order remake, not remake, a Fallen Order sequel at the end of the year.
Nice.
And then Starfield, that new Bethesda game that drops in November. I'm very excited.
Starfield.
Oh,
I
yes.
definitely don't know too much about that.
New IP. Not a lot of us do. It's a new IP from
Hmm.
Bethesda that they've been teasing about, which they showed
Okay.
a little bit, but I think it's like Fallout in space, I think. But you never played Fallout 4, so you didn't even know who Codsworth was.
I'm so sorry.
Gosh. Well, I mean, I don't know if you'd really. I don't know if you like post-apocalyptic kind of combat.
I mean, like I'm open to post-apocalyptic. I'm even open to combat, but like especially like with the combat side, like,
Mhm.
is it something that I immediately gravitate toward? No.
That's fair.
But it's something I'm open to.
The story's very good. I like the
Like,
story's very good.
for instance, like one game that like I really want to well, I'd say two games. Two games that like are like higher on my list of games to play are Horizon Zero Dawn, because I've still never played the first game, and the and Witcher 3, because I've never played any of the Witcher games.
Okay.
And so they're really high on my list because like I hear that the stories and the exploration are great, which I love, but like I just always get really intimidated by the combat.
I could see that Horizon Zero Dawn, it was the only game that I decided not to stream. I wanted it for myself last year. And the combat can get intense. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can get intense, but the story, probably one of the most edge on my seat kind of stories that I've played since Fallen Order and Mass Effect as a whole. It's very, very good.
Oh.
I still haven't played Forbidden West yet with all the new stuff that's come out. So it's very good, but if you like robotic dinosaurs and other stuff like that, it's breathtakingly beautiful kind of game.
I don't know if I've ever played a game with robotic dinosaurs before, but
It's
hey, I
good.
love a game with like unique concepts.
You could just lower the difficulty and see how you like it. And
Can
guess
you?
what? Keep in mind, you love Steam, so you could try it out for like an hour, and if you don't like it, you can just return it. You
Oh
get
yeah, that's
full
true.
refund. So if you're really not sure about it, do that too.
This is true. This is true.
Because if you end up liking it, well, then you have a brand new game with tons of hours of content. And now the
Sure.
sequel that comes out too. That's already been out.
Yeah, and that's like just on like PlayStation right now, right?
Yes, the new one is PlayStation exclusive for now. I'm sure they'll port it to PC eventually. If they do the other one.
Eventually.
But for right now, it's just PlayStation 4 and 5, I think.
They probably ported it to PC, being
Yes.
like, all right, now all of y'all need to buy some PlayStations.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Which
They knew what they were doing.
I'm going to have to tell you about a site to help you with your tracking for your games.
My tracking for my games?
Like if your games are looking forward to, there's a site I should send you.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear about it.
You know Cheese Whiz?
Yeah.
Okay, so him and my buddy Chef Has Teeth, the two of them, they came up with a site that you'd absolutely love.
Oh, yeah, I definitely love to hear about it.
Yeah, I'll have to send that your way.
Thanks.
No problem. So before we wrap up, I wanted to ask you, because I'd like to ask everybody this: is there anything that's coming up that you're looking for, that's exciting? Things that for your stream that's coming up?
Oh, goodness. I'd say, like, I'm the type of person, like, I was about to say that I take things day by day. That's a lie.
That is
like,
a lie.
I love planning.
Don't you lie to me.
I wouldn't
Of
dare.
course not.
But yeah, no, in regards to my streams, I love participating in charities and raising money for charities and that kind of thing. So I've got 1 or 2 charity events coming up. One of them I know at least is going to be in May. I'm going to be raising money for St. Jude. So that's something that's coming up.
That's exciting. That's a great
Yeah.
cause.
Yeah. It always, makes you feel good as a streamer because like so many people give to us uh as a content creator here on Twitch, but it's nice when you can like give back a little bit yourself too.
Absolutely. It's a great feeling. We've done some charity streams in our past here, and I'd like to do another one soon. So it's nice to help in some way, shape, or form.
It really is. It really is. Which charities have you raised money for before?
Oh, we've done. Oh, geez. Let's see. I think we've done. I'll have to remember the list. What I think one of the ones that I remember the most. It was a little bit more personal, but we had my father's coworker's daughter. She had a brain condition, and
Oh,
we were able to raise money. It was about just in a few hours. We were able to raise about $2,500 for her father to help
that's
them, and
so
she's
great.
doing a little bit better. But
Oh,
this is going to be a
good.
lifelong struggle for her. Her name was Kiki, and
Sh-
she's great.
Sure. Well,
Um,
sending lots of love Kiki's way.
yeah, absolutely. But that was probably the most memorable one, and I think one of the most memorable experiences I ever had was, and this is because of the community that we had here, where I was able to call up her father and say, "Look, this is what we have for you. It might not be
Oh,
much, but being able to listen to him,
he's like, not much.
try well. I mean, I always have that mindset that I could do more. So, uh, just being able to call a father up, saying, "Hey, this is what we were able to do." Not that there were any expectations to begin with, but I think that's where my father realized, well, I guess Twitch can be good for some things because he doesn't understand, or my parents really don't understand Twitch that much.
I think
So
a lot of that generation, like,
yeah,
it takes time. It takes time. Like, um, some of my parents like have really gotten to know it, especially after like doing it for several years now and that kind of thing. But like some of my grandparents still like I still will never forget the day. Like, granted, this was like earlier on, like when I had first started streaming and that kind of thing.
and I see
Oh,
Mama
wait.
Wade followed. Thank you so much.
Oh, Mama Wade. I know her.
I think you do.
But yeah, no, I'll never forget the day that like I was just sitting on the couch and like just on my phone, and like my grandmother, like bless her heart, she just like walks up to me like very like hesitantly, like you can tell she's not wanting to like interrupt or anything, and she's like, "Are you streaming right now?" And it was at that moment that I knew, okay, she still doesn't quite understand what streaming is.
That's funny though.
But, they're learning, and all we can do is,
Absolutely.
be patient in teaching them and that kinda thing.
Yeah, and the technology's gone so far. I mean, my father was sitting in the chair where we normally stream. He was playing SnowRunner with the wheel and everything. He's like, "Is this on the PlayStation?" I said, "No, this is PC." And my parents both looked at me. "This is on the computer?" I'm like, "Yeah. Where have you been?" But this is normal for us. But
Right, right.
technology's come a long way. I think
It really
you
has.
mentioned your grandmother's like that generation. My grandfather on my father's side passed away when I was very young, 4 years old.
Mm.
I only remember him mostly from home videos and stuff, but he used to be in radio when I
Oh,
was
that's
very young and
cool.
before I was born. So my mom made a very good point saying that if anybody from that generation would have loved Twitch, it would have been my grandfather because he would have loved this, absolutely loved being able to do this from home, being able to control the broadcast. He'd be foaming at the mouth for this kind of stuff. So he was definitely before his time when it comes to streaming, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah, that would
that's
have been
so
nice.
sweet.
That
It
would have been
definitely would
nice.
have been cool to, like, see them, with this type of technology nowadays.
Absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
everything happens for a reason
I
and
agree.
in the right time, so
I agree. Like you calling me 47 and chipping me on $92. Yeah, that.
exactly.
Exactly. Everything's meant to happen. It's been like a common theme. It's fine. Um, Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
It's been
so much
wonderful
again for
chatting with you.
having me.
Of
I
course.
really appreciate it.
It's
This has been,
great.
like, really great, and gosh, the time, like, just flies
I
by.
told you.
We kinda talked about this beforehand, like,
Yeah.
just when you're having fun and chatting with friends, like, yeah, we've literally been chatting up a storm, and it's been
Aha!
great.
Look what you did there. We'll have to use that as a promo. We've literally been chatting up a
Hey.
storm. Look at that. That's it. With that too. Speaking of which, your episode will be live on Anchor FM as a podcast, on YouTube, on Twitch highlighted. It'll be on Apple Podcast, on Google Podcast, by Monday. That quickly. So if anybody missed part of the show, you will be able to listen to Wade. You can watch Wade whenever you please. So,
I appreciate you having me so
course.
much, buddy. And yeah, no, hopefully we can do this again in 2032.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, we want to make sure it's March 12th, 2032. So exactly 10 years from now.
There we go. I wonder what day it'll be.
I mean, I kind of want to check.
I'm glad it's not just me.
I mean, it's going to bother me now. What is it? March 12th, 2032?
32. Also, I just wanted to say I'm really glad that we're doing this today because tomorrow we're jumping forward an hour with daylight savings time.
We are. I'm glad you mentioned that. Daylight savings time is overnight tonight. That's a very good point.
Like, I just thought about that earlier, and I'm like, I'm really glad that we're doing this beforehand. Otherwise, I might have been, like, so tired, like, in a stream.
It's okay. It's okay. It's actually going to be a Sunday.
Yeah, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Like, it's always really nice when it falls on a weekend.
Yes.
Do they always do it on a weekend?
I don't, it shifts, I think.
Does it?
I think it shifts because, I mean, you look at your birthday. My birthday has fallen on every day of the week more over the years.
I don't know. I just need to look this up too.
It's okay. You've got time. And I'll pencil you in for March 12th, 2032.
I'm looking forward to
6
it.
p.m. Eastern. And we'll unless time changes are totally gone.
As long as it doesn't fall on daylight savings time.
Oh, I hope it does. We're going to catch Wade snoring halfway through the broadcast. It'd be hilarious. That's it. That's it. That'd be great.
Oh, you needed me?
No. It's clearly, this is a one-sided thing. You don't have to talk at all. That's not what this show's about whatsoever. Totally fine.
I thought this was Thundy ASMR.
Oh gosh, I don't know who would want that. That's the quick way to get banned on Twitch because of, torture treatment from a broadcaster. I don't know if anybody would want to listen to that. Well, never say never, but there are very few that would probably want to listen to that. And I'm not one of them. There's
something for everybody out there.
That's true. And another question for you, real quick, is what's your schedule like for this week for streaming? When are you streaming next? What are you streaming? Do you have any idea?
So typically I stream Monday through Friday around 1:30 Eastern time. I say around Eastern time. Or around 1:30. It just depends on if my tea is brewed or not.
Well, it's gonna take a little bit longer to make now, isn't it? A couple of things broke.
Have to stick to my my bagged tea or my homemade tea.
It's okay. I'm sure it tastes like revenge. That's great. That's funny. This has been wonderful. It's always nice chatting with you. And
thank you so much again for having me as your first guest on season 2.
Of course.
Exciting.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, the easy choice without question. And if I haven't said this yet, which I know I haven't, but please go follow WadeLady. Go follow Wade. She's wonderful. If you haven't already, if one of my mods out there wouldn't mind giving her like 50 shout outs or whatever it is.
One would be plenty.
49. That's fine. Something like that.
47 for your age.
47 for your age. Go follow
WadeLady.
Oh
no.
Thank you, Mama Wade, and thank you for being here. I always felt like it's really special when parents support their kids when it comes to Twitch. My parents stopped in on my partner anniversary, and I was floored.
So
it was the first time they ever stopped, and they created accounts and joined Twitch just to say hi during the celebration. It was really neat.
I love it.
Oh yeah. So that was thank you, Lol. Thank
Serious
you.
gifting a sub to my mom.
That's great. See now your mom has all the cuddles that she needs. That's great.
There we go.
That's great.
Thanks, Sirius.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you very much for being here. We'll let
Thank
you go.
For having me.
Of course. And,
do I have to go?
You don't have to.
What are we playing next? Elden Ring?
You want to play Elden Ring with me?
Let's do it.
You sure?
I'm great at combat games.
Do you need me to edit that out too? Or is that it? That's the entire... Please. Oh gosh, I'd love to see you play a game like that.
Oh man. That would have to be like a really high like donation goal.
Yep. Don't never say never. Um,
Never say never.
that'd be hilarious. Either it would end in a ridiculous amount of laughter, more so than we've ever heard from one of your streams, or there'd be a hole in your wall from one of the controllers or your keyboard.
Yeah. So like I was saying that I don't rage quit too much. That might be a game where I rage quit.
Yeah, yeah. There's always something. I've never rage quit before besides getting over it, and that was when I just had enough. I can't. That game just drives me crazy.
That would 100% do it.
I have patience, but not for that.
That's
Something
fair.
about it.
That's
And
fair.
Jump King, those kind of things. Nope.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen as much of that game, but I've heard horrible things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great game, like the concept of it, but
Yeah.
I spend an hour getting to this point, and then you go all the way back down to the beginning.
I want to say that Nick played a little bit of that game.
Oh gosh, and his room is still intact. What a brave
Like,
soul.
I don't think he finished it.
I don't think he finished it. Never again. There it is. That makes sense. Okay, that's great. All right. Well, thank you again so much for being here. Everybody, please go follow Wade.
Having me.
Of course. The show will be live on all those different platforms by Monday. And it as always, such a pleasure. And thank you for being such a great friend.
No, you. No, you. Thank you for having me.
No
I hope
problem.
everyone has a great night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.